You've probably heard about the humanitarian crisis that is happening right now in Sudan. What you probably have not heard about is how Western governments, and especially the United Arab Emirates, are directly responsible for it. These are the Rapid Support Forces, or the RSF, a rival paramilitary force to the Sudanese armed forces that only a few days ago besieged a regional capital of El Fashir. The RSF, accused many times of ethnic cleansing by countless humanitarian organizations in the past, have reportedly murdered thousands of civilians trying to flee the city or stuck inside of hospitals. The RSF is an Arab supremacist and ethno-fascist organization that has massacred hundreds of thousands of non-Arab civilians in Sudan and driven millions out of their homes, creating one of the worst humanitarian crises in recent decades. Since the recent siege of El Fashir, disturbing satellite imagery, something you can directly see in Google Maps, shows haunting photos of massacred piles of bodies. This genocide can be seen from space. Now, would you believe me that, and mainstream media won't tell you this, that the RSF is being directly funded by the United Arab Emirates? This is not really speculation. Analysts, leaked intelligence, and even UN diplomats have confirmed that the UAE has become the RSF's main material backer. Former Sudanese officials have described the RSF as the UAE's hand in Sudan. Arms shipments are being reportedly channeled through the neighboring country of Chad, where the RSF maintains its airfields and logistic hubs. According to Sudanese own representatives in the UN, over 1,200 four-wheel drive vehicles, fuel, and weapons have been delivered to the RSF through Emirati supply chains. There are links of direct communication between Emirati royals and the general of the RSF, Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo. And it doesn't even stop there. RSF's own front companies, like Trade General Trading LLC, is based in Dubai and run by Mohammed Dagalo's own brother. It is used to launder and finance the war effort through private trade deals. Safe to say that the RSF is a proxy force used to expand Emirati influence across Africa. But so why does the United Arab Emirates support the RSF in Sudan? Well, religion does play a small part. The biggest reason is, of course, capital. The United Arab Emirates sees Sudan as a gold mine. Quite literally. Sudan's gold is smuggled by the ton into Dubai every year. According to Swiss Aid, between 2012 and 2022, the UAE received over 2,500 tons of smuggled gold from Africa. By funding the RSF, the United Arab Emirates gets guarantees of access to gold mines and control over future agricultural projects. Mind you, those were deals that the former Sudanese government had rejected for being too exploitative. The RSF, with no concern for human rights or international law, became the perfect business partner for the Emirati. Beyond gold, there's also geostrategy. Sudan's Red Sea provides the shortest maritime route between Asia and Europe, connecting major trade hubs. Around 15% of global maritime trade and nearly 30% of global container traffic passes through those seas. By fueling instability through the RSF, the UAE hopes to extend its control over these vital seaports, securing dominance over one of the world's most strategic maritime corridors. And then there's religion. The RSF's leader, Hemeti, has promised to crush the Muslim Brotherhood and other Islamist movements who are enemies of the UAE's monarchy. In return, Abu Dhabi supplies them money and weapons. When us socialists talk about imperialism, we are not talking about empires with flags and colonies. We mean a system where finance capital, corporate monopolies, and states merge into one to exploit the resources, labor, and land of other, usually weaker nations. Sudan today is caught in that very process, just like Venezuela or Congo, or most of the other historically colonized third world countries. The United Arab Emirates acts as a regional capitalist power in the Middle East, exporting capital into Africa through violent subjugation. Its companies extract gold, buy farmland, and seize control of trade routes, all protected by violent militias such as the RSF. So what about our states here in the West? Well, we officially condemn the actions of the RSF and even pride ourselves to be the supporters of democracy. The reality is that money and capital always predominate, and the UAE is a strong political and economic ally of both the EU and the USA in the Middle East. Both in terms of trade and leisure, Dubai is considered a paradise by liberals and conservatives alike. A city built by literal slaves and financed by oil money and stolen gold. Sudan's suffering is not accidental. It's the natural result of a global capitalist system where profit decides who eats and who dies. And as long as this system stands, from Washington to Dubai, from Moscow to London, there will always be another Sudan or another Congo. The only answer, at least in our humble opinion, is a socialist revolution.